Drum roll. It's been a while since you've heard the drum roll. And when I play the drum roll, it is always something big announcement. So first let me give credit to the music. It is the music of Jonathan W. Whitney Jr., drummer extraordinaire of Wilmington, Delaware. And the album that is playing is titled from one of my paintings, Life's Dimensions. And with my permission, he used 5 of my paintings to create that track. It's a 12-track album, but 5 tracks are based on 5 of my paintings. And if you want to get the album, you can go to Amazon, www.jwwmusic.com, and you can purchase the album. Okay, so what is the announcement? It is historic. I have to put it in historic perspective. I'm a historian and an artist, and history is very important to me, and that is why I use my canvas or my paper to preserve history. Okay, so Wilmington, a place to be somebody. That's exciting. Let's put this in historic perspective, and before I do that, I want to give credit to former mayor of the city of Wilmington, Delaware, Jim Baker, who coined the phrase, a place to be somebody. Okay, so let me give you the history of how I created that painting based on that slogan. I immigrated to Wilmington, Delaware in 1983, 42 years ago. And the second day of my arrival, my late and dear husband Robert took me on a walk, a tour of my new neighborhood, my new community. And in a park, I saw a yellow board, and on the yellow board was written, Wilmington, a place to be somebody. And I thought, wow, this is exciting. A place to be somebody, but I'm already somebody. And I came from a great place. However, I allowed that to absorb, that theme, that slogan to absorb. And in later years, I said, I must capture this. Back then, I painted on paper. So I created a painting, and I titled it, Wilmington, a place to be somebody. I created that painting in the year 1998. Wow, that's an old painting. Well, before I go further, let me just don my apparel. Let me brand that painting. Branding. So, here's an image of the painting, and I'm donning a t-shirt from it. I'm also donning a tote bag, a huge tote bag. When I travel, this carries a lot. And there are many merch you can get from it. I'll tell you about it more. But the drum roll was for a special announcement. Let's get right into that. Turn that music down a little. Let's get into the big announcement. I have one more piece of history that I must talk about before I get into it. In the year 2020, we had an election, and Wilmington was the center of that election that elected former President Joe Biden. So Wilmington was the hub. All the activities around that election took place in Wilmington. The announcement, everything was here in the city. And for the election, we had worldwide coverage. Journalists were fanning out the city from all over. I had a journalist from Morocco, one from Spain, one from England, walked through the door of my gallery, came in and interviewed me. And the talking point, or the conversation starter, that's what I need. The conversation starter for the interview was this painting, the image of this painting. That same Wilmington, a place to be somebody. I had great interviews with the international journalists. Another historical part about it. Former governor of the state of Delaware, Jacques Markel, when he was sent on to be an ambassador in France, he came to my gallery and said, Eunice, I want to purchase a copy of your painting, that painting you take with me to put on the wall of my office in France. So Governor Jacques Markel purchased a limited edition, because this is now a limited edition. I just dropped off the original, and I'll tell you the story behind that. Governor Markel acquired a copy of this for his office in France. Now, as I said, the international journalists had interviewed me when they came to cover the election, and the painting was the subject, actually, was a conversation starter for the interview. So that painting is all over the world. This morning, I took the original painting to the Newcastle County office in Newcastle. Thanks to the curator, Ryan Grover, who invited me to participate, I submitted 3 works, and this one was chosen strategically, I think. So the project is public art installation for the county executive offices. That is all the offices in the Newcastle County building. They collected art for display, for loan. And there are approximately 33 pieces that will be displayed there. And among them is my painting, my famous painting, Wilmington, a place to be somebody. Let's see who's watching and to thank her. Madison, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to share this video extensively. So yes, I received my congratulation email that at least one of the pieces I submitted was selected to be installed. And it is my famous painting, one of my now most famous paintings, Wilmington, a place to be somebody. Before this video ends, I am going to tell you how you can acquire a copy of this famous painting or merchandise. I am donning my brand. This is a t-shirt of the painting and a huge tote bag. When you travel, you have a tote bag like this. You can carry a lot in your tote bag. Okay, so yes, my painting is among the 33 pieces of art and crafts selected for the installation for the county executive offices in Newcastle, Delaware. Wilmington, a place to be somebody, is the title of my painting. And if you live in the city of Wilmington, Delaware, you want to get a copy of this painting. You want to get a signed limited edition print with a certificate of authenticity, which I normally give. You can start small. Here is a small version of the painting, limited edition, signed and numbered. Here is a huge limited edition framed and signed by the artist. Wow, this is AP, artist proof. It's an artist proof. Has the title, Wilmington, A Place to Be Somebody, signed in gold. It is size 24 inches by 18 inches. Available now for purchase. And those who want copies, I can order them. I'm not going to stock inventory. I am going to wait for the orders. So if you want to preserve history, you want to get a copy of this painting, you can also preserve it with merchandise. You can purchase tote bag, t-shirts. I'm wearing one. Here is one that I have in the gallery. It's a medium. It's right here. You can come to the gallery to purchase this. But I provided you with a link. So if you're a patriotic Wilmington person, you can go to that website, that HTTPS, and you could change the ambience of your home. They have shower curtains, towels, throw pillows, fleece blankets, name it. A lot of merch from the famous image of my iconic painting, Wilmington, A Place to Be Somebody. Art is more than beauty on the wall. It is first beauty, because you have to love it, because you're going to live with it every day. I just gave you an extensive historic perspective. So art is history, it's politics, it's economics, it's sociology, anthropology, name it. It's more than beauty on the wall. And when the stock market is going down, smart investors collect art. Because what? It cannot depreciate. It is even greater than real estate. So let me take out my investment board, my investment prop. Look at that. The question is, why buy art? Answer, 72% of collectors say they purchase for passion first. They purchase for the passion, for the love of the piece, with an investment in view. 54% of wealth managers in 2014 said portfolio and asset diversification was important in their collection. They found it the perfect way to mitigate risk while investing in an industry that has performed well across market sectors. Art appreciates. Let's appreciate art. How do you collect? Some tips here. You can go private, or you can go auction house style collection. Nowadays, collectors are getting to know the artists. If I'm going to pay $5,000 for a painting and the artist is alive, I want to see that artist. Oh yeah, I want to see the face of that artist. So you need to know the artist. If you know that song which says, if you don't know me by now, well, if you don't know me by now, you need to know me. Know the artist, okay? Another tip. Look for quality and pick a theme. Lafayette Gallery has over 20 different themes. If you go to my website, it is organized in themes. It pops. And if you haven't gone there yet, please, when you finish watching this video, go to www.lafayettegallery.com. I had a new website built thanks to Wilmington Alliance that provided the funding for building the new website. And thanks to Jalissa Neal and her team who worked on constructing my new website. If you are my old friends on Facebook and you haven't seen the new website, it's time. www.thefaithgallery.com. The way the website is organized, it's organized in themes. So if you love jazz, look in the background there. If you love jazz, there is a page with jazz. If you love other music, it's there. If you love flowers, landscape, abstracts, you want healthcare, yes, I carry that too. I carry art about healthcare. If you are a justice advocate, oh yeah, I have a whole series on KNOW justice, KNOW peace, not NO. It came through, I was inspired, actually, I painted in response to the travesty of the murder of George Floyd in 2020 when they were chanting across the nation and went worldwide, no justice, no peace. I said, okay, well, if they don't know justice, get them to KNOW justice. So yes, my work is in themes. And it is the month of June. It is National Caribbean American Heritage Month. And at the Faith Gallery, I am celebrating 3 different themes. The celebration is threefold. I'm celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month. I am celebrating Juneteenth, which is coming up next Thursday. And I am celebrating without any apology. Actually, I am celebrating because I accept diversity. I am celebrating Pride Month. Oh yes, I am not going to apologize for celebrating Pride Month. I respect people for who they are. That is why I created my famous piece titled Melting Pot versus Salad Bowl. Right over here, this piece. Yes, we are a salad bowl of cultures, where each individual adds flavor and should be respected and understood. Well, first should be understood, respected, and valued. So this is my wall. And while I'm at the wall, let me talk about my Caribbean American Heritage Month. There we go. Starting with the storyteller, we go to the Gold Coast of Africa, where they took our people as slaves. That's a part of history. Yeah, part of history. A lot of people don't want to know about that. No, it's old history. They don't want to hear it. It's important. Plantation life. Juneteenth. Break every chain. Break every chain. Juneteenth awareness came about in 2021. Yes. Well, it came about first in 2020. Then in 21, it was made a public holiday. Yes, and it came through a tragedy, the murder of George Floyd. And that is when a rude awakening came in this country. And that is when the Congress, they passed legislation to make Juneteenth a public holiday. And next Thursday, 10 children will be coming here for a cultural heritage class, and that is sponsored and paid for by the Newcastle County, the same place where they're doing that installation. Newcastle County Community Development Fund. They're paying for the class, not the parents. And here we go. Here we go with more art about the Caribbean American art on the wall. And so I showed you the Caribbean art, I showed you Juneteenth art, and now let's go to our Pride art. I'm very proud. I'm very proud to showcase my Pride art. That piece is titled Love Equality. This piece is titled Rays of Equality. And this piece, Equality Perspectives. These are available for purchase. I just had them uploaded yesterday to my website. So there is a page where if you want to celebrate Pride, you can go there and purchase. You can either purchase the original or the limited edition print. And you can go to that website that makes the merch. And if these images are there, you can get tote bags, t-shirt, mugs, etc., etc. So this is a great day, and it is worth celebrating. My famous painting is a part of the Newcastle County installation project, will be installed there, and I am delighted, and I want you to own a copy of it or merch from it. So this is a frame, 11 by 14 size. This is another frame, larger size, 24 by 18. These are available at Lafayette Gallery as we speak. The gallery hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you want merchandise, go to that HTTPS link. Now this Friday, Lafayette Gallery will be closed. Yours truly will be at the Wyndham Hotel lobby. I was invited to showcase my Caribbean American art, as I did last year and did very well. And you know, I love Philly. And the reason I love Philly is that the people in Philly, like New York too, have a value about art. It's not a money thing for them, it's a value. They see value in art. They collect art. Back in the 90s when I used to go to Philly, I had 2 black women would come to my booth and say, we are collecting art as a legacy for our children. We only collect original. We can't afford the original today. Guess what they were going on? $300-400. They said, can you put us on a payment plan? I said, sure. I put them on a payment plan. They sent me a check maybe for 5 months, and then it came and claimed the pieces they purchased for those $300-400 are thousands of dollars now. So when we talk about art appreciating, that's what I'm talking about. Art appreciates. You should appreciate art. Art is wealth. It is more than beauty on the wall. So I want you to come to the gallery to do your shopping, or go online, do your shopping, and I will even provide a souvenir for you when I mail your packet. Go to the website, I encourage you, and please, it's a brand new website. I need some comments. When you go to the website, would you be kind enough to leave some comments on Google to talk about the website, what you love about it. So the website again, www.lafayettegallery.com. The street address for the gallery, 227 North Market Street, Wilmington, Delaware. The hours, Tuesdays to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. The phone number, area code 302-656-6786. And the hours are 11 to 5, but I'm flexible. If you want to come 6 or even later, the evenings are long, I can arrange that. You can arrange that with me. So, the big announcement today was about my iconic painting, Wilmington, a place to be somebody. The painting has been selected to be a part of the installation, the public art installation for the County of Newcastle Executive Offices. And I am very proud and honored that one of my paintings, and not just one of my most famous paintings, will be in that display. So again, get your copies, get your merch, copies of the painting. You can come to the gallery. That's a small framed one, 11 by 14, and it's a larger frame one, and has the title on it, Wilmington, a place to be somebody. carries the title, that's important, signed by the artist, numbered. You will get a certificate of authenticity. Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. I truly appreciate your watching. Thanks.